Stop scrolling because what you're about to hear might completely change the way you see women forever. She's already telling you how she feels. She's already showing you the signs. But most men miss it and lose her without ever knowing why. Welcome to Woman's Secret Signals, the place where you finally understand what she really means, what she never says out loud, and how attraction actually works beneath the surface. If you've ever been confused by mixed signals, if you've ever asked yourself, does she like me or not? Or if you're tired of guessing and want real clarity, you're in the right place. Because here, we don't follow myths. We decode behavior, psychology, and the hidden patterns behind attraction. Watch till the end, because one small detail you've been ignoring might be the exact reason she's pulling away. Let's start with a truth most men ignore, and it costs them attraction every single time. The more available you are, the less valuable you seem. It sounds harsh, but psychologically, humans are wired to desire what feels limited. When something is always there, always easy, always predictable, it loses its emotional impact. And this applies directly to attraction. Think about it. If you're constantly texting her first, replying instantly, always ready to meet, always agreeing with everything she says, what signal are you sending? You're telling her, I have nothing better going on. And that immediately lowers your perceived value. But when you introduce scarcity, everything changes. Scarcity doesn't mean ignoring her or playing childish games. It means having a life that doesn't revolve around her. It means sometimes you're busy, sometimes you reply later, sometimes you're not available because you genuinely have priorities. This creates a psychological effect called fear of missing out, FOMO. Now she starts thinking, why isn't he replying yet? What is he doing? Who else is he talking to? And just like that, like she's thinking about you more than you're thinking about her. That's attraction. But here's where most guys mess up. They fake it. They delay replies on purpose. They try to act busy, and women can feel that. It comes off as insecure, not attractive. Real scarcity comes from genuine purpose. You're working on your goals. You have hobbies. You have friends. You have things that matter more than chasing validation. When your life is full, your attention becomes valuable. And when your attention is valuable, she wants more of it. So instead of trying to win her over with constant effort, flip the dynamic. Let her earn your attention too, because attraction isn't built by giving everything away. It's built by making her want access to you. Here's a mistake that silently kills attraction. Most men try to impress women instead of making women invest in them. They overtext, overcompliment, overgive. They try to prove their worth from the very beginning. But attraction doesn't grow when you invest everything. It grows when she does. This is based on a powerful psychological concept. People value what they invest in. If she's putting in time, effort, emotion, and attention, she naturally starts feeling more connected to you, not because you chased her, but because she chose you. Now, here's how you use this without being manipulative. Instead of always asking questions, sometimes pull back and let her ask. Instead of always planning everything, let her suggest meeting up. Instead of replying with long paragraphs, keep it short sometimes. Give her space to come forward. When she invests even a little, reward it. If she texts first, respond warmly. If she makes an effort, appreciate it. If she opens up, match her energy, but don't overdo it. Because if you give too much too soon, she has nothing to earn. And what's easily given is easily taken for granted. Now, here's the deeper layer most people don't understand. Investment isn't just about actions, it's emotional too. When she starts sharing personal thoughts, telling you about her day, asking your opinion, she's investing emotionally. Your job? Don't shut it down by being boring or predictable. Engage her, challenge her a little, make conversations feel different from every other guy she talks to. Because if every interaction with you feels effortless, fun, and slightly unpredictable, she'll keep coming back for more. But if you're always available, always agreeing, always trying to please, she won't feel anything. And without emotional investment, there is no attraction. So remember this, don't try to win her by doing more. Win her by making her choose to give more. Here's something most men completely misunderstand. Attraction is not built on knowing everything about you. It's built on wanting to know more. And that comes from one powerful psychological trigger: mystery. When a woman can fully figure you out in the first few conversations, your routine, your feelings, your intentions, there's no excitement left, no curiosity, no emotional pull. You become predictable, and predictable is forgettable. But when there's a sense of mystery about you, something shifts. Her mind starts working. She begins to wonder, what does he really think? Why is he different? What is he not telling me? And just like that, she's emotionally engaged. Now listen carefully. Mystery is not about being cold, silent, or acting uninterested. That's where most guys go wrong. Mystery is about controlled disclosure. You share, but not everything. You express, but not fully. You engage, but you leave space. For example, instead of explaining your entire life story, you drop pieces. Instead of always giving direct answers, sometimes you stay playful. If she asks, "What did you do today?" Don't give a boring list. Say something like, "Nothing too exciting, but one part of it was actually kind of crazy. I'll tell you later." Now her mind is hooked. She's curious. She wants to know more. That's the power of mystery. Another key part: don't always reveal your emotions immediately. If she knows exactly how much you like her, exactly where she stands, exactly what you're thinking, there's no tension, and tension is what creates attraction. Let her feel your interest, but don't spell it out too soon. Make her earn deeper access to you, because when she has to slowly discover who you are, layer by layer, she becomes more emotionally invested in the process. And the more she thinks about you, the stronger the attraction becomes. So instead of trying to be fully understood, be intriguing, because the mind chases what it can't fully grasp. Here's the truth most men never realize: attraction is not logical, it's emotional. A woman doesn't fall for you because you make sense. She falls for you because you make her feel something she doesn't feel with other men. And that's where most guys fail. They're too nice, too predictable, too safe. Every conversation feels the same compliments, same tone, same behavior. There's no emotional variation, and without variation, there's no excitement. This is where emotional contrast becomes powerful. Emotional contrast means you don't stay in one emotional lane. You create a mix of feelings, fun, curiosity, challenge, warmth, tension, because when emotions shift, the experience becomes memorable. Think about it. If you're always serious, it becomes boring. If you're always joking, it becomes shallow. If you're always agreeing, it becomes weak. But when you balance it, that's when attraction builds. For example, one moment you're playful and teasing her lightly. Next moment, you're calm and grounded, listening deeply. One moment, you challenge her opinion. Next moment, you appreciate something genuine about her. This creates emotional movement, and emotional movement creates impact. Now, here's something important. Teasing is a powerful tool, but only when done right. Don't insult, don't disrespect. Instead, use light, confident teasing that makes her smile while slightly challenging her. If she says, "I'm always right," you can respond, "That's a bold claim. I feel like I'd need proof before I believe that." Now it's playful, it's engaging, it creates tension in a good way. Another key: don't always validate everything she says. If you agree with everything, you become predictable. If you respectfully disagree sometimes, you become interesting. Because now she sees you as someone with your own mind. And that's attractive. But here's the balance: too much challenge. You seem difficult. Too much softness. You seem weak. The magic is in switching between both: warm, then distant; playful, then serious; challenging, then appreciative. That contrast keeps her emotionally engaged because she never quite knows what version of you she'll get next. And that unpredictability, it's addictive. Now, here's the part that changes everything. All these psychological tricks won't work, at least not consistently, unless you fix this one thing: your mindset. Because attraction isn't something you force, it's something you become. Most men approach women with one goal in mind: how do I make her like me? And that question alone puts you in a weak position. Why? Because it makes you reactive. It makes you seek approval. It makes you adjust yourself just to win her over. And women can feel that energy instantly, but high value men think differently. They don't ask, does she like me? They ask, do I like her? That one shift changes your behavior completely. Now you're not chasing, you're evaluating. You're not trying to impress, you're observing. You're not afraid to lose her because you know your value doesn't depend on one person. And that mindset is what naturally creates attraction. Because confidence isn't what you say, it's what you believe about yourself. When you truly believe you're valuable and without needing validation, your actions reflect it. You don't overtext, you don't over-explain, you don't tolerate disrespect, you don't try to be someone you're not. And ironically, that's when women become more attracted to you, because now your behavior is aligned with self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. Now let's tie everything together. Scarcity makes your attention valuable. Investment makes her emotionally involved. Mystery keeps her curious. Emotional contrast keeps her engaged. And mindset makes all of it feel natural. Without the right mindset, these become fake tactics. With the right mindset, they become who you are. So stop trying to attract any girl. Because the goal isn't to attract everyone, it's to attract the right one who genuinely connects with you. Focus on becoming a man with purpose, standards, and self-control. Because when you become that, you won't need tricks. Attraction will happen automatically, and that's the real game.